This place here is so sacred. I can't express that enough to say it's so important to us mob as a place where we can come along and do a little ritual like throw the sand in the water and say thank you for everything.
I like to see the estuary like a friendly neighbour. It gives us fish and crabs, it gives us a place to unwind, it offers tourism, and it's just that person or that place that's always there for us. And when you look out the back door, especially down in my electorate, it's an area that everyone is a part of.
This beautiful waterway behind me is really the lifeblood of this community, and for tens of thousands of years actually people have been coming into this part of the world either as visitors or because they've chosen this place as their home to meet and to celebrate and to connect. And still today, this water body represents that. It's the meeting place and really the lifeblood of this Mandurah community. And it really is the reason that this place that we call home exists.
So the Peel region is so important in terms of managing water quality. So the catchment itself has had a long history of gathering knowledge and understanding and trying to improve the health of the Peel estuary because it's just such a beautiful place.
Developing in the Peel-Harvey catchment is actually quite difficult. It's been compared to draining a billiard table, effectively. It's a large, flat area. Historically, we've had agriculture obviously causing a lot of problems for the Binjurub-Jilba, the Peel-Harvey estuary with respect to nutrient runoff. Now, good urban development has the opportunity there to reduce that nutrient flow into the Peel-Harvey estuary if we do it the right way.
It's really important because our waterways, they might look beautiful, but they are really struggling. They can't filter all of the nutrients that come off of our suburbs and our areas, and so if we do living streams, they act like extra filters.
So in the early days, when approaching drainage in the Peel region, the idea was you would just drain the land as fast as you can via deep drains, or you'd get these deep holes and put them in just into the corner of a park somewhere. Water-sensitive urban design now in the Peel region, everyone's got a little bit smarter because they've realised that yes, we can deal with the water quality in small areas, rationally sized areas, leave heaps of fantastic open space for parks, for active open space, and also retain vegetation as well to keep our irrigation requirements lower.
In the Peel-Harvey, the best way to do it is to create linear pieces of public open space so that the water can flow across the catchment. And as it does that, through the vegetation it gets treated. And so therefore when that ultimately gets to the estuary, through the groundwater or through the drainage, then it's actually going to be in a better water quality.
So when we deliver good water-sensitive urban design, it's really important to have common understanding on the objectives of what we're trying to achieve. We're all trying to create livable neighbourhoods. We want to create places where people want to live.
As these areas transition into the urban environment, we really need to look at how we can support the community and provide different benefits to them. So we want our assets to provide more than their base function and really support local environments and local communities to be better places to live.
We want them to be cool and green. We have rising temperatures and we also have less water around to irrigate these areas. So to deliver water quality, to manage water quantity and flood and water efficiency really means that we need to come together and work together.
Good water-sensitive urban design means understanding our ground conditions and the constraints within the area where we're working in, making sure we're infiltrating the water as close to the source as possible and ensuring we're treating that water. Within the area of Serpentine Jarrahdale, there's very large catchments up in the hills and that water comes off the escarpment at speed. The volume of water received, the pace at which we receive it, coupled with the clay soils where it doesn't infiltrate easily and we're managing high groundwater levels or make water-sensitive urban design quite complex to deal with and manage.
It's really important that we understand our site conditions, and every site is different, and so as a landscape architect I like to be involved in those engineering solutions to make sure that we come up with innovative sort of solutions to treat stormwater closest to the source as we can. Some of our best solutions have been multi-use corridors, so here we have a creation of a lot of open space and drainage areas, but they really have to deliver all the elements of a public open space. Pathways, playgrounds, shade structures.
If the water's not treated and we have high nutrients, then we can impact our waterways to algal blooms, and the algal bloom can deplete the oxygen in the water, where the system collapse, impacting our biodiversity, impacting life in general in the Peel region. All these techniques, water-sensitive urban design, They all play a role in capturing our stormwater, treating it and looking after our waterways.
It also creates places for resilience. So in our times of climate change, we are going to see flashier floods. Natural areas cope with large, intense amounts of stormwater so much better than concrete and pipes. And so by creating that sort of infrastructure, it's a natural place. It's going to be way more resilient in future. It'll also be cool. It'll be a haven for our biodiversity. It's the only way.
The CBD, the city centre of Mandurah, we have a high groundwater table. It's what we've achieved in the CBD with our bio-infiltration basins, our rain gardens and the constructed wetlands, slowing down the water before it enters our estuary. I feel that they're seamlessly integrated. We'd have to point them out, and I think that's the beauty of water-sensitive urban design.
Good Worcester is unseen.
You'll be looking at an urban landscape, trees in the road, in the middle of the road even, plantings there as well, and think, oh, that's a nice garden area. Well, no, that's actually there to treat water quality close to source. You'll go into a park and you'll see these amphitheatre type areas where great to play a bit of cricket. There might be footy goals in there, do a bit of exercise, kick about with the kids. Well, actually, that's there to keep water outside of your homes when it floods.
When you don't see that this is a water feature, that it provides a function, so it's a drain, if you don't know that that's what it is, then we've done a really, really good job. Really effective water-sensitive urban design is vegetation, it's trees, it's landscape, it's nature. It's really just creating a beautiful space that may not have been there before, but just supports water moving through the landscape.
For the delivery of good water-sensitive urban design, it's key to have early engagement and collaboration. That's between the developers, the local governments, the state governments. And so everyone is already on the same page on what's to be delivered and how to maximise the opportunity in developing a site. And I say maximising the opportunity with getting the most out of the housing product, but also creating the most livable neighbourhood, creating a neighbourhood in which water is key and at the centre of that neighbourhood to be able to give water quality outcomes, as well as ensure all other issues like flooding and even maintenance are all thought about from the outset.
The best way to deliver good water-sensitive urban design is to start early in the planning process. So even before you've modified the landscape, you've got to go out there and have a look and see what fits in that landscape. So it's all about responding to the local characteristics of the site and optimising where the water flows. But also we know that what we're doing is we're changing a landscape to create places for people. So it's about housing and it's about communities and it's about all those things that we need in our residential, commercial, industrial areas. In the Peel Harvey, you can see such amazing outcomes. This is a place to showcase what water-sensitive urban design is, can be, and can build for our future communities.